Hello, and welcome to Stuff and Things with Chris. I'm your host, Chris. Thought I would share a few reflections on the first week of distance learning, or if you prefer, homeschooling, during our coronavirus pandemic. So we're basically on week 1 here in Dallas, where I am. It's at my school. We just finished our first week. We're starting week 2. So what kind of grade would you give yourselves? How do you think you did after a first week? Was it easy peasy? You're ready to go out and teach college level courses now to 200 incoming freshmen at UT? Was it incredibly difficult and your children listened to nothing? You couldn't have anything organized and you were afraid they're going to fall 3 years behind in 3 or 4 months of homeschooling with you? I'm willing to bet the truth is somewhere in between. Now, it's important to remember that everyone is new to this. This is not a normal situation at all. Some districts have in place emergency measures to do online curriculum, but that's when things happen like a flood happens in the school or you can't occupy the actual building. This is not that. This is literally a shut-in case of your kids being at home 24/7, and expecting them to do mountains of work is not going to happen. There's too much other stuff going on. The most important thing to worry about right now is the physical and mental well-being of your family. Number 1, that takes precedence over everything else. Now for me, my wife and I have no kids. And when we are normally both working, I get up before she does, I leave the house, she comes home after I get home, and we have maybe 3 or 4 hours with each other, and then it's time to go to bed and repeat the process. I'm willing to bet for those of you with kids and without, that's also a similar kind of a structure that you have. The only real time you see your kids is for breakfast and dinner and maybe some after-school activities that you drive them to and drop them off and then pick them up from. So you're talking about maybe just 2 or 3 hours a day when you have time to sit around and talk to your child. Now you have an opportunity, a very unique opportunity, to spend all kinds of quality time with your kid. It's a fantastic way to learn what they're interested in, what they're not interested in, how their brain works, what they enjoy and what they don't. There are going to be lots and lots of mistakes during this. As a teacher, I'm going to make all kinds of mistakes because I'm going to send stuff to you that you can't print off. I'm going to send you to websites that don't work. I'm going to have you look at things that suddenly I realize are something totally inappropriate for what you're doing. There's a whole list of stuff that I'm going to do wrong. You can't worry about that. Okay? Cannot add to the stress of the situation by recognizing mistakes and harping on them and figuring out how you must fix them immediately. Patience is required. Lots and lots of patience. The kids are going to struggle to complete any work. May not do it exactly 100% correct to begin with. They may not want to. Their mind may be filled with all kinds of other things. But again, mistakes are part of the process. If you can, just spend a couple of hours a day doing academics. You don't have to do academics even. Plant a garden. If you want to keep your kids' brains moving, try to develop their critical thinking. Come up with some activities that they can do for very little. You don't need 10,000 popsicle sticks. You don't need internet. You don't need Wi-Fi. You don't need hundreds of dollars worth of art supplies to build all kinds of creative things. Do something simple. If you go outside with your kids and you take a walk around the neighborhood, come up with a scavenger hunt. Look for addresses with a number 2 in them. Look for a white car. Look for a house with a pickup truck in the driveway. Look for a house that has a red chair sitting on the front porch. And they can carry this list along with them, and it forces them to use their powers of observation to look around the world around them and figure out what's out there. You can have them go in the backyard, take a picture of plants, come back inside and look up what the plants are on the internet or on a field guide to botany if you have something like that, just to help them try to keep their brain moving in stuff that's basically school, but not really school. A lot of the parents I have started doing garden projects where they're growing vegetables in pots, trying to see how that works and how long it will take for them to actually be able to get vegetables from these plants. That's a great idea. It's simple, it's easy, doesn't require a whole lot. Your kids probably aren't going to battle with you like this all the time. A lot of kids in my class are into Minecraft, huge amounts of Minecraft. I've listened to some of them talk for 30 minutes straight about nothing but Minecraft. Do I say to them, please stop, it's time for us to talk about social studies or science? No, I'm not doing that. If you have a kid who gets off on a tangent on something like this, let them. Okay, they're venting the stuff that's in their head. It's all right for them to do that. Go ahead and let them do it. Some of them may start asking you questions about the coronavirus in general. And again, I would just stop whatever you're doing and address those concerns. Tell them the reason they are where they are and in the situation they're in inside your house is to help prevent them from getting sick. And it may not be a lot of fun right now, but it will in the long run help to keep them safe. Another great idea is sidewalk chalk. Write some messages out on the sidewalk or the driveway of your house saying, good luck everyone, hope everyone stays safe, this will not last, etc., etc. Draw pictures. That way people walking your neighborhood can see some positive images, get a little positive vibe. I think everybody needs some of that. Another big thing to do is get these kids involved in the kitchen. You may come out of this 5 or 6 months from now with your child actually being able to make their own lunch and you not having to do it all the time and then listening to them complain about what you put in their lunch because now they're doing it. That's a great idea. Teach them some personal responsibility. Also, there's always the household chores, right? But let's be honest, they can only clean the floors and the bathrooms and take out the trash so often. It's not a never-ending cycle of those things. Give them, and that is something they're going to view as work, and that's going to add more to the stress level. So be careful on the chores. Wouldn't go overboard with those. If you've got board games, obviously board games are great. Now, as far as internet stuff goes, there's a billion resources out there. But again, if you have a limited number of devices or you're a parent struggling with the balance of work at home and kids get educated at home and how are we balancing these things out, I have some parents who had a great idea of morning time is dad or mom working and afternoon time is kids time with the electronic devices, and when they have one-on-one time and when they do outdoor activities as a family, that's probably a good way to do it. It's important to have a schedule and a routine, but you also have to be flexible with it. Things might change due to weather patterns. Things might change due to what kind of assignment one kid has over another. There's really a myriad of changes that can go on. The important thing is that you're trying to do your best. That's it. That's what I'm trying to do as a teacher. I'm just trying to do my best. I'm not stressed about any grades whatsoever, okay? I don't care. I'm going to be honest with you. As long as I can talk to these kids, see that they are relatively calm, go over a few assignments with them just to get their wheels of their brain turning. I know their parents are all working on them with other projects, with other things that they're doing. My co-teacher has things for them to do as well. We are concerned with the well-being of the kids and the families at our school. Now, those of you who are educators and are trying to juggle how am I going to teach the kids I have and homeschool the kids at my own house, a lot of stress in this area. Again, do what you can. That's it. You can only do so much. There's no point in stressing out about it. This situation may go on for 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 months. Okay, you can't worry about what's going to be happening 6 months from now. You can only worry about what's happening right now and today. That's it. You don't have any control over what anyone else is doing outside of your sphere of influence. That's it. So just try to get through your day as positive as possible. Try to spend as much time with your kids doing stuff that's not really looked at as work for them. So they don't look at you as the bearer of bad tidings. He or she who brings homework to me to do at home all day long, or he or she who makes me do chores all day long. Because in the long run, that's going to be detrimental to your relationships. Try to focus on the positivity. Talk to them about what they're interested into. Have them do silly little things. Build me a Lego of your favorite spaceship and then tell me why it looks that way and what all the different parts of it do. Why do you like Pokemon? Who's the most powerful Pokemon? And they'll go off on whole tangents on some of these things if you can figure out what exactly they're into, especially if you're like me and it's some stuff you don't have any idea about, like, how to play Minecraft. And so I've had 2 students just tell me, just verbal diarrhea, out everything there is to know about Minecraft. I now feel like I know nothing about it because I was overwhelmed with information over a 30-40 minute period, and I heard everything about everything all at once. I don't even know what was happening really, but they had a great opportunity to tell me something they were interested in. It kept them positive, it kept them happy, and it forced them to interact with somebody else because they had to be able to explain it to me in such a way that me as a noob understood what they were talking about. Also teaches them skills like when I raise my hand and go, I don't know what you're talking about. He doesn't look at me and go, oh my God, Mr. Chris, you're so dumb. You don't know nothing about no Minecraft. Okay, which is true, but they didn't actually say that. They had patience and they waited patiently and then explained whatever it was they were talking about again. Those are opportunities you have for what we in the teacher business call teachable moments, about things that go on in life outside of the classroom. Have to look at this opportunity as one of those. An opportunity to spend a lot of positive time and energy with your kids, helping them through this crisis and helping them understand why it exists and how you can get through it, and that not everything that happens at home is going to be bad. It's not all about schoolwork, guys. Remember, it's about the well-being of yourself and your kids. Make sure you are taking breaks to just decompress. Give them a chance to run around outside. Give yourself a chance to go run around outside with them. All of that stuff is very important. Going forward, remember, you can only do what you can do. Try to maintain the lowest levels of stress you can. There's too many other variables out there right now to worry about. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the section below. If you need any ideas, you can just send me your email in the comments section. Ask me some questions. I've been a teacher for like 16 years, so I got jillions of ideas about all kinds of ways to do stuff. I'll probably see if I can put a link to the neighborhood scavenger hunt I found. Maybe that would help some of you out. Remember, stay positive, stay focused. You can do this. We will get through it. Until next time, I will talk to you later. Thanks.